Abdul Malik.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Unfortunately, wasn't able to attend the debate this morning on this issue, but I was at the City Academy along with Barbara and John and Peter Hammond, where we were talking about refugees and asylum and detention centres. And it's very relevant that we should be talking about this today, and we had that debate in the morning, because I remember when I first became councillor, I spoke to Stephen McNamara's department about immigration and how I thought that there should be some provision within elected members to be providing some type of advice, especially where there's a vulnerable ward, for instance, Eastern Ashley or Lawrence Hill. And today the debate was a lot about how people were being put in a very vulnerable position. And many of them I see, with my hat on as an immigration advisor, that it's because some of them don't have the right representation. And in the first hand, many people don't have the right signposting. So I think it's important to mention that here. Secondly, Lord Mayor, I want to talk about this debate. And sitting here for the last 3.5 years, and I've enjoyed my time so far, and I've had some very, very glossy documents delivered to me via the post. And whenever I get those documents, I look at them and I feel, how are these relevant to my ward and my constituents? And a lot of the time I just send them to the shredder, because they don't really mean much to my ward in practicality and to make a difference immediately to any one person in my ward. And that's many of the documents that arrive in my post. Today, looking at these headings, Lord Mayor, I'm saddened, because when I go through these ambitions for our city, and if I just highlight a few, and it says prosperous, ambitious city, what, when you're a deprived ward, one of the least, deprived, one of the most deprived wards in the country, one of the least 5% of the most deprived wards in the country. When we talk about a learning city, and when I look at my ward and I think I have 2 primary schools and both are in special measures almost. And when I go further and I look at saying what a safe city we should have and the ambition for a safe city, and I look at the drugs and the prostitution in my ward and how relevant that is to this debate. And when we talk about a healthy city, and in my ward when I look and I see that we don't even have a leisure centre that's dedicated to my part of the ward, Lawrence Hill is where we see Eastern Leisure Centre. And thriving and ambitious cities and neighbourhoods. And I see my ward and I think about the tension between different groups, Somalian, Jamaican, Pakistani, Indian. And these things affect me day by day. And when I think of myself as a leader, and I remember Terry Cook saying that we leaders, this neighbourhood partnership is the way forward. For me, it's not, Terry. I feel my responsibility as a leader when I'm elected in Easton is to service my community the best as I can, but with immediate issues, with grassroots issues that affect them every day. Sitting in a meeting, going through things and providing excuses is not leadership for me. And as time goes on, Terry, I just think how we're going to solution some of these problems. And I really do think that as a council, we need to start looking at practical ways of solutioning problems, not glossy prospectus and glossy ideas and strategic manoeuvres that we try to cover things. I just feel that we need to move forward in a way that's going to take the people of Bristol with us and not leave them behind. Thank you.